What's up, guys? How you doing? This is Mr. Luke Evan Brooks. I wanted to talk to you for a second about some things that's been on my mind, some things that people have been talking to me about, and what I've been learning myself too. It's about having an end game in mind when it comes to wealth. A lot of us look at our paychecks as if it's just a day in, day out thing, right? Meaning that as soon as you get the money, you go spend it. Now, some of you may save it, and nothing's wrong with that. But the most important thing that I want to say about that is that when it comes to your wealth, you have to look at the end game in mind. We have to understand that we're not able to work every single day of our lives all the way to the day we die. Things can happen at your job if you're working a 9 to 5 job, or just in general. Life happens. And with that in mind, you have to be able to be right in the right mindset when it comes to that. You need to think about how you can grow your money the right way. A lot of us will work and work and work and work, and I've seen it with my family members where we just working and working and working until we break our body down, and that's something that I avoid. I don't want that to happen, right? So what do I do? Let me tell you what I do. I looking at portfolios, looking at the stock market, looking at crypto, looking at other things, digital marketing, looking at also with Airbnbs, looking at also car rentals, also looking at ATMs. And you might say, wow, Luke, that's a lot of stuff going on. But you have to think of it, right? If you're putting all your money in one basket, or you're getting your money from one source, and something happens to that one source, what do you do? It's going to be a lot harder to spill up all these other things that I'm talking about if you're not taking advantage of it. I look at your paycheck as a tool that can help you actually grow your wealth. As long as you have an active income, let's say you are working 9 to 5. And I'm not knocking the 9 to 5 people, right? Only thing I say about that is that if you're working a 9 to 5 job, at the end of the day, you want to look at it like this. 9 to 5 job, I'm working it, right? Do I see myself retiring 30 years doing this job? Do I see myself enjoying it? Because it's one thing that you say, hey, I got to do this for 20, 30 years, but it's another thing where your mind is not there. And a lot of us get burnt out on our jobs. And it's not good when it comes to that. And it happens, right? Things happen. As I already said, things happen, and we have to be smart with it. We don't want to be played the fool. And guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and start subscribing to this channel. If you're looking at this on Facebook, there's nothing else that you need to do other than get the free course. And down below is access to the course for my YouTubers out there, absolutely free. And I'll show you exactly what I'm doing to grow my business. But continuing on what I was talking about, it's important to look at your wealth. I talked about health is your wealth, but you know, at the end of the day also too, you have to have money for your health, right? No free healthcare system in the United States of America. It may be in other countries, but for my folks that are living in the US or living in a country where they don't believe that, you have to get smart. So either you're going to have family members that's going to take care of you, meaning that they're going to take care of you when you get old and sick, and that's still going to be taxing on them, or you're going to have a lot of money put away to take care of you, right? So I don't want you to think, well, I get this paycheck, I'm going to go blow it. We have to start thinking about the things that we have to eliminate. Let's eliminate the unnecessary spending. You know, hey, I'm going out to eat every day, or I am just putting stuff on the credit card. They ain't really helping me. It's just silliness, right? And I used to do that too. I used to do that. I used to go buy food on a credit card and didn't even have no intention to pay it, meaning that a meal that might have cost $50 now costs me $60, $70, $80, that same meal, because I failed to pay it, right? I was like, oh, I'm just going to put it on a credit card or whatever. But at the end of the day, your wealth, when you cheat yourself today, right, you cheating on putting your money away, putting your money into the right accounts, putting your money away or investing your money in the right way. You say, well, you know what, I ain't got to worry about it until down the road, and you don't have no idea what's down the road. You're cheating yourself. You're not cheating anyone else but yourself in the future. And I've seen that with family members where they figured they can work, and I don't know what the psychology of it was beyond them, But I don't know if they was thinking, well, you know what, I can just keep working, and they weren't going to work because people got laid off. Had family members that was affected by NAFTA when those jobs went over to Mexico, because they say it was Canada, United States, and Mexico. When those jobs went to Mexico, they lost their jobs. They weren't going down to Mexico to work those jobs. They lost their jobs. I have two folks that I know personally that had it happen to them. And that really was a gut punch right there, because those jobs that was taken away from them, they didn't have the skills, or they didn't get offered the skills to be like, hey, we're going to transition. That's all they knew, right? And it really hurt them. And I don't want people to be affected by that while you're getting the money. I'm not sitting there saying you got to learn a new skill set. But while you're getting that money, you have to be wise with that money. You have to say, what can I invest my money into? There's ways to invest your money. Like, again, I say stock markets, cryptocurrency, doing your own business, doing some franchising, doing things that can actually make your money go. Now, most reasons why people don't do this because they don't see over the horizon. They don't see over the horizon to see, like, what's over there. They're just looking dead ahead. Like, if I was looking at this door, I don't know what's behind this door if I don't open it. That's all I'm worried about. I'm worried about the door. I'm not worried about what's down the road, down in the hotel, down into the elevator. A lot of people don't think like that. And that's what hurt them. That's what hurt them at the end, where it's like, well, damn, I'm struggling. I'm on a fixed income. I can only spend so much money, and that's it. And that's not a way to live, especially for folks that's living here in the United States. Everyone's talking about pay wages, right? Like, hey, I'm getting raised. But then it's not really a raise at all when you think about you with these expenses. Everything's going up. So nothing's really changed. It's like I take 2 steps forward, but then you pull me back 3 steps back. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to go, guys. And I'm telling you, if you truly want your wealth to be truly amazing, you have to take the time out and have the patience and the discipline. If you're looking for something that's like, hey, I want to make money in 2 days, I want to make $1 million in 2 days, or I want to make $1 million overnight, that's not what's going to happen. And anyone tell you that, they're lying. I'm not saying that it's not possible per se, but the odds of that happening is like 1%. Okay, you can hit the lottery, but how long you gotta play to hit the lottery, right? And I tell people this every single day when we talk about this on the channel, or we talk about this in general in my groups, is that if you really want to be smart, with your money, you start putting your money away. As soon as you, especially, hell, if you don't got no credit card debt, same amount of money that people putting out on credit cards, you could be using the same amount of money putting away. And I'm not sitting there saying just put in a savings account. If you're gonna do a savings account, be smart with the savings account. There are specialty banks out there that do give high yield interest on your savings account. And I look at a savings account also too, if we're talking about wealth and stuff. A savings account should be no more than 3 to 6 months of emergency services, right? So, hey, I'll get laid off from my job. I need money for my rent. I need money for bills, the utilities, like bare bones, right? Really nothing else, no internet, no telephone. I mean, you can prop it in there, but like it was like no joke, hey, didn't lay me off. I need to have enough money to cover me all the way to 6 months at least. And some people do a year. But don't put all your savings in there. And people say, well, how much did you get when you put it in the savings account for 40 years? Well, they gave me about $100. That's not really a deal. That's a ripoff. And you got to understand this too, guys. These banks are getting wealthy off of you. They're taking that money that you're putting in there and just getting 0.001%, and they're giving it out to other businesses to grow. That's why there's so much emphasis about businesses, right? Getting these tax write-offs, getting these tax breaks, getting special favoritism, because they're creating jobs in the economy, and we have to get on the same page. Now, if you say, I don't want to do a business, I don't want to do all that stuff, that's all right, but you can still invest into these businesses that are doing it. They will take your money and give you something more than what you were going to get from the bank. So you have to be careful with just giving your money to the bank and being like, well, it's all good and stuff. it's a FDIC protected, that don't mean anything. If I'm getting 0.001% interest on my money that I'm giving you, and I've been putting it in there 40, 50 years or so, it's not helping you. And I don't want y'all to be that one. They'd be like, well, I put all my money in there, and you look around and you see these people who ain't put jack crap in there as much. They've been using their money as a tool to grow, and they got millions out there, and it's happening. And it's not hard to get $1 million. It's not. What it's hard about is basically having the discipline to say, do I need to go here and go blow my money on some crap that's really not going to do anything? Or should I use the money to help me make more money in the long run? We got to get ready for the long run. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon, guys. And we have to be smart with it. So I hope that this helps you out. I wanted to just talk to y'all because I was away yesterday just taking care of some other things. But if you feel like this message has reached you, that I've actually touched your heart, please go ahead and get some likes to it. Feel free to comment down below, and let me ask you a question. What are you doing with your money in the year 2022? Because I already stated before, this is the year that everything changes. No matter who comes your way, no matter what has been said to you or what people said about you, you can't let that stop you. You just have to keep barreling through. You have to have that forward momentum that nothing is going to stop you from running to the success line or to the finish line. Let me know down below in the comments whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Again, if you want to learn how to get your Facebook business up and running, just using your Facebook profile, I have something absolutely free for you to try out. Go to my banner in my profile on Facebook, and for my YouTubers, go down in the description below. Access for you. Doesn't cost you anything. What are you waiting for? It's time to make action happen. Alright, guys. If you can hold it in your hands, or you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands, as I'm going to say. Been a long day. So if you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Take care now. I'll see you later.